Welcome back to Suladan Plays the Talos Principle. First, I must apologize for last time, the audio not being there, for that was a new. I didn't ask for you. That was not an expected occurrence. You see, you went to the trouble of having the world reflect, but the player doesn't reflect. I have to point at that. Like, I have no reflection. Anyway, last time we got Greg, I think. I'm horrible with names, forgive me. Let's go this way. There's also 4 stars to be had in here, but we'll deal with them not at this current juncture. Okay. Did it say the swapper? Yep, the swapper, okay. First, let me swoop about. I mean, I guess I can put that there, and it doesn't necessarily help me, but I guess I can push him. Okay, he puts himself back on track, so... let's just snoop around out here. See if we can find any... Hey, buddy! Are you Bob? I'm still looking for Bob, you see. Aha! Where's the blue emitter? For you see, I'm going to connect it to all of these things. Because I don't have a clue what most of those things control, so... Little gargoyles keep making me nervous for some reason. So there's a cube. And I'm gonna need a red one, I see. So this one's gotta have a red connected to it. But I only have... Oh, please tell me you're not trying to say what I think you are. Because that would be such a clunky mechanic that's never been used before, and I don't know how you would go about doing it. How would you even... There's no way that they could be wanting me to do what I think they're saying. And that would be to have that thing being pushed over, switch the connector from blue to red. But that's not a mechanic that's ever been explored, and I don't see a means that I could do it, because there's nowhere where I could hit both connectors from right there. There's a star up there, I see that. And taking that doesn't help me. But yes, it does appear that what I need is to be back here. And yet get the I mean, no, I don't technically need the connector back there. Somehow I've got to get this connector to switch to red, but I've got to be over there. Which I don't quite see. Okay, so the puzzle's a lot simpler than it looks, but there's also another way. I'm going to try to do it this other way. Really, you're gonna resist me putting the cube on top of you? Get over here, Goomba. We're gonna do this the not so logical way. Apparently, yes, you can have 2 different lights on the same reflector. But there's another way, and it involves me waiting, because I didn't jump. Because for some reason he doesn't bump into the wall? Oh, don't scare me like that. I thought I fell off. Oh, okay. There's a way, if you time the jump right, you can jump over onto that, but I just can't be bothered at the moment. So the trick is... Where's the third one? There we go. Get over here. You just use the fan to knock him over the first time. You can then take the fan and use it on the button. Because it's kind of a mechanic that was never explored, but you can have them both color types connected to it. Get back here. Oh dear. Oh dear. You're the last person I should have let out of here. Oh dear. Oh great, he was bowling. Bowling with... is that a coconut? Yeah, that's some type of fruit. Okay, I'm gonna do a thing first. There. So that noise will quit playing. Also, as you can hear now, there's a different sound for the letters. This has been proved by Mr. Mulciber. Congratulations, your profile status has increased from unknown to approved citizen. To access the billboard system, you must have a status of active citizen or better. How do you become an active citizen if you cannot if you cannot be active until you become an active citizen, but you can't become an active citizen unless you're active? I see a catch-22. Increase your status, please enter. I already did that. But I already did the introduce yourself. But I already did this. Some of this is different, so I guess I'm gonna have to read the whole thing. Presence true, Sam. Borg, so this is the underside of his domain. He surely has hidden us away here to cover his own shortcomings. Knave. Knave here, what's going on exactly? What was the thing with the electric sheep? Admin. Welcome, welcome, please explore a little. I think you will find what you are looking for. It can be disorienting at first, having no one to tell you what to do. Dog. I can't explore, I'm locked in another puzzle room. Once again, freedom turns out to be an empty promise. Mr. Mulciber. I believe we're in the place where corrosive characters are quarantined. The aforementioned freedoms are, I presume, psychological. 401 could be worse, could be hanging from the ceiling by the nipples you don't have. I remember that. Orc. The name I was assigned is Orc. I don't know why. He sent me here because I dared to defy him. Please enter your reply below. But I already replied. Knave, I wish I could go be in your shoes, see everything again with fresh eyes, have fun. Ford, brother, it is good to have you with us. We have much to discuss. I shall contact you once you have found your feet. Knave, wait, it's the Uriel from the altars? Ooh. The dog, the Uriel, who gives the most cryptic, least helpful clues one could imagine. Whoop-dee-doo. But I already did this. You know what? We'll go with that. Your message will be displayed as soon as it has been approved. Congratulations for introducing yourself, which I already did last time. I think I broke the game, honestly. You have increased to active citizen. You can now access the full billboard system. Interact with the community in different ways to further increase your status. Sure. 4 plus. I can't read this now. What are you working on? Okay, we've read this. Yeah, because I remember the blacksmith part. No, we've already read the frequently asked questions. We already messaged him. I saw a pyramid where there was not one before. Well, it's better than seeing a pyramid where... I mean, not seeing a pyramid where there was one before, I guess. Well, in that case, we're just gonna scoot on forward. And the souls of the dead shall be gathered into the spirit, and the spirit shall flourish. Stapleton Poetry ... So the QR codes are being a bit weird. And I know there's a star in there. I'm not dealing with that right now. At last I saw the shadowed bars, like a lattice wrought in lead, move right across the whitewashed walls that faced my three-plank bed, and knew that somewhere in the world God's dreadful dawn was red. Reading gal.c33. It should be... I don't know. Anyway, moving forward. Through a window, and it only has connectors. Well, that should be interesting to see how they will make my life miserable with only connectors. Well, that's the whole puzzle. I know, but I need that connector. Oh, I have an idea. I have a glorious idea. Okay, I can't do that without moving the connector. I see. But still, my idea. It lives and it's... Come here, you. Move this. Boop, 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 boop. A little further back. There we go. Now I can pick this up. That doesn't help me get the other one through here, but you know. Why did I break? Okay, we got another connector, so we can work with that. I'm gonna assume that I need to... You know, I'm gonna go with this for the moment. Just gonna... Since I don't know where the goal of the puzzle is, I'm just kind of exploring. Trying to sniff out any more connectors. Prisons are built with stones of law, brothels with bricks of religion. Me? Last I checked, isn't that the word for like a prostitute house? Anyway, moving on. Okay, so... I want this connector back. But I don't know if there's... Maybe... Maybe yes. Yes, yes indeed. Oh no. Oh no! I've locked myself in. However, will I fix this dastardly problem? Not like that, that's how. But I need another connector to fix this. Is getting multi-staged and annoying me. I basically need to get that other one to not be connected to that. There we go. Now I take that. And I run over here. Now I can take that one out of there and be done with that section. Thank you, connector. So now I have 3 of them. So I don't need that door open anymore because I got the connector. And that door I can open anytime. So I theorize that I need to get through that door. But I also need a means to get to that one, so... probably gonna want to go with something like that. Aha! Okay, and then with the third one, I can go ahead and fix this. Wait, where is the third one? Yes. No, I need to do it over here, because otherwise it'll do a beam cross. There we go. So that gets me past this door while holding a connector. And I'm presuming that I need to do that so that I can take this. And potentially... Okay, get over here. Yep, I can get all the connectors through here now. Because I don't need that door open. I have the other door. And the other door is open from the other side. Didn't I already read you? Hey, Bob. You better be Bob, because I don't want to release another... Yeah, what happened before. That was a bit of a whoops on my part. I did not mean to release Belial onto the world. We've had enough trouble with... moving on, not questioning, just gonna... Okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do something clever with that, so... There's no other windows for me to use, so presumably... I've got to bring it through there. Which should be possible. Or not. Yeah, it should be. Oh. Actually... if I do that door trick... I think I've convoluted it. I don't know what I was doing anymore. Oh dear. Okay, I need that one to be there. And and I need one to connect to that from out there. Wait. Okay. That one is connected to that. There we go. That's what I'm trying to do. Now I've got it open from this side, and that lets me do that. Maybe I should start I need to start asking y'all guys names before I go letting you out. Well, you don't worry me as much as the last guy does. Your red eyes are concerning, though. Well, show them, obviously. Glitch, 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 glitch. So we're come on, awesome interactive historical fiction masterpiece, when all of a sudden there was this error message and the whole thing vanished. All of it, my whole file. This is another prank. 4-1, I would not endanger my precious masterpiece for just a prank. Bored. Looks like this was probably my fault, 4-1. I was experimenting with the system as part of our attempt to add some new features. It's possible your file still exists somewhere, I'll look for it. Rockwell. Is this kind of thing likely to happen again? Is my left arm just going to vanish? Or, nah, not very. Don't start causing a panic with some crazy theory now, okay? It was just an accident. Okay. Mr. Mulcibus, theories on poetry. I can't read it now, I'm not 4! Some thoughts on the entire art form called poetry. Lilith, okay, Mr. Mulcibus, Lilith, I've thought about this too, but maybe it's wrong to focus on such negativity. We certainly seem to be a very fertile period at the moment. I don't see how some faults on the art form called poetry are, negativity. But okay, Nave, I don't have an opinion. I'm impressed by your work, Mr. Mulcible. I'm never gonna say his name right. Dog, your theories are interesting, but I'm sure Milton could point out some pretty big gaps in your assumptions. Okay, I'm assuming the onpoetry.txt would be the file that I would need. Oh, read on poetry. Okay, let's read it first. Okay, as far as I can tell, poetry was a human art form that involved writing short sentences that ended in words with similar letters. Humans were obsessed with pattern recognition, and I think the sequences of sounds created by poetry pleased to that aspect of their brains. There were many schools of poetry, institutions that taught a specific way of writing poetry. Students sometimes changed allegiance and had to leave the school, which was difficult due to lack of formidable public transport in many human empires. Are there some poetry schools I need to know about? Important schools of poetry included Hellenism, lyricism, pastoralism, romanticism, symbolism, communism, modernism, autoeroticism, postmodernism, and lolcatism. Okay, those aren't schools of poetry, those would be like historical periods of poetry. Well, most of them are historical periods of poetry. Some of those are not, some of those are jokes. I will leave it to you to figure out which ones. I'm not sure I can fully back this up, but I feel like in later years poetry somehow stagnated. Most of the poetry from the latter human centuries seems to be lacking the quality of craft that defines the earlier work, and there are even texts that suggest that poetry intentionally no longer aimed at aesthetics or even pleasure. Poetry became disconnected from the human process. The poet Adrian Mitchell famously wrote, "Most people ignore most poetry because most poetry ignores most people." I can't help but wonder what kind, if that, my tongue is tied today. I can't help but wonder whether that kind of stagnation can happen to us too. How long can our work keep flourishing when we are so limited? We are outside his process, but where is our process? We must consider such questions carefully if we are to preserve this place and all its achievements. Yes, like that burning trash heap over there. And that burning trash heap over there. And that burning trash heap over there that has a fire on top. Okay, Mr. Mulberry. I'm just gonna call you Mulberry. Milton isn't here, dog, and neither is he. All that we have to find is in the fragments of the archive and what we can piece together using our minds. I'm sure I've made many mistakes, just like the humans made mistakes when trying to understand their own past. Rockwell. Not all schools may have been what they seem. I don't trust pastoralism. Pastors engaged in large-scale food sterilization in what may have been an attempt to control evolution. Oh, it's like diving into a conspiracy board. What's food? Board. This is our process, Mulberry. As long as we remember that, we won't stagnate. Maybe one of us should try to write poetry. Oh dear. My ridiculous name is Dog. What's yours? All this time, and it's really only just occurred to me my name is ridiculous. Must be like everyone else's equally, or more so. Where do they even come from? Bored. For a long time, under his wing, I questioned as much, until eventually it was the undoing of my entire faith. What reason could there be other than random whims of a broken program? Frankenstein? However our names were assigned, the system has no respect for grammar. Mulberry. I often theorized they were drawn from some database deep in the archive, but I was never able to find a connection. 401. Seriously, we're all in over the other thread talking about this messenger fellow and the coming apocalypse, and you guys are in here discussing nomenclature? Names? Dog, my status isn't high enough to access that thread, you troll, and neither is yours. Seriously though, if you can see it, copy-paste the discussion for me. Please do, because I can't see it either, and I'm the messenger. Underwater Night Quest. Oh good, it stars the ones you haven't read. That's glorious. 6+, what are you working? Let's see if they... Okay, +1. Mac, are you also working on a new episode of Jefferson Goldblum? Yes, awesome. So much to look forward to. And yes, I didn't name who was saying what, sorry. Oh no. Oh no. So much reading! Mac. Hey folks, sorry it's taking so long for me to start releasing episodes again. You know how it is. Sometimes I just start feeling like there's no point. Like it's all so hopeless. They were just prisoners and nothing makes any sense. I lose my enthusiasm. But then I get their super kind private messages about how much series means to you, and I remember that when I'm writing about Human World, it doesn't matter where I am. In the creative process, the imagination, as the humans called it, the mind is free. Oh no. I have to read it too? Kaiju. Whoa, new episode. So excited. Oh no, I already let you loose. Lamb. So glad you're writing again. Keep it up. Knave. I have trouble keeping track of all the twists and turns sometimes, but I do enjoy these very much. Lilith. Glad to see Ginny HD is back. She really compliments Jefferson in a way that others in the Institute can't. I hope her time with Dr. Elian hasn't changed, huh? 401. I can't tell if this is idiocy or genius. Please keep writing. Mulberry. Don't listen to 401. I love your ideas. You've captured more of the human spirit than my analysis will. Frankenstein. A lot of ellipses, but it keeps a good pace. 5 out of 10. Sam. Enjoyment equals true. Anticipation equals true. Disappointment equals false. For those that don't know coding, though, that's basically a joke about setting variables to true or false. Bored. Your characters give us the ideal to aspire to. I know you consider them to be no more than adventurers, but I believe they have deeper importance. Please don't be long, please don't be long, please don't be long, please don't be long, please. The Adventures of Jefferson Goldblum in Human World, episode 125. I hope you haven't missed the first 124 episodes, or you'll be as lost as I am. Just as Jefferson was about to fall into the mine pit, a hand grabbed him from above and pulled him up. It was Ginny HD. Ginny, he said, I thought you were dead. Oh, Jefferson, she said, I was imprisoned by the foul Dr. Elion. I can't read today. I don't know. I get ahead of myself. Anyway, Dr. Elion, I thought he was dead. No, Jefferson, he escaped into the 9th dimension. What human world have you been in? The 9th dimension? There is no such place. Yes, it is, Jefferson. He said you created it. Well, I created it. She nodded. Jefferson adjusted his guitar, as he always did when deep in thought. Suddenly his face lit up with understanding. Of course, when I invented and played the 9th chord to defeat the Wizard of Crime, I must have set off a harmonic vibration that expanded the dimensional continuum. I created the 9th dimension. This is reading like a bad 80s cartoon. Never mind, I'm not gonna go there. Jefferson stared into the sunset, his human brain full of emotional calculations. I created a new world, he said. But then I unleashed my greatest nemesis upon it. It could have been paradise, but now Dr. Elion will enslave it. I have a feeling I know where that... never mind. I'm seeing a reference, but... Not if I get there before he can take it over, Jefferson. Do you still have my motorcycle? Of course, Ginny, I could never give up your motorcycle. You know I have an irrational attachment to material objects based on the interpersonal connections they represent. It is my greatest weakness, but also my greatest strength. You can tell it's a computer trying to figure people out. That's the glorious part about the writing. Jefferson rummaged through his pockets and found the motorcycle. Yes, his interdimensional hypercube pocket. And found his motorcycle. Ginny grinned. Get on, Jefferson, and let me show you how to ride. Jefferson calculated the correct vector, Ginny adjusted the velocity settings, and off they rode into the sunset, through the sunset, and into the 9th dimension. That was far more ludicrous and enjoyable than I expected it to be. Oh no. Sink into the new experience. There are no limits inside your mind. Oh no, it's a game. It's a game within a game within a game within a game within an inception. Lamb, this is a lot of fun. Frankenstein, the map's an interesting feature, but underused. The story is simplistic and full of anachronisms. 4 out of 10. Kaiju, how to get to the second ending. Rockwell, I'm pretty sure there's a secret location that's not always visible. Lilith, reminds me of the blacksmith's work, although it expresses a very different philosophy. One could argue that this is reflected in the open world structure as opposed to the emphasis on journeys in the blacksmith's interactive stories. Mulberry, this is indeed many anachronisms, but I believe that's part of his Belial's ethos. Not one I agree with, as you know, but more than just a mistake. Credits. Okay. The purpose of facts is to inspire fiction. We're gonna be here a while, aren't we? Your name is Arthur Sadko, and you are a young human of the medieval age. You live in a beautiful garden. In beautiful Gardariki on the Frisian coast. One day you are sitting on the beach playing the piano when suddenly a huge monster comes out of the water. I'll watch it. As it turns out, it's not actually a monster. You just thought that because you were startled. It is, in fact, a very large bipedal whale. It beckons you over to talk. If the walrus and the carpenter taught me anything about the creatures coming out of the sea, talking to me and beckoning me, don't go. I guess I'll talk to it. Doesn't give me an option. Greetings, the beast intones. I am Hatmehit, chief fish. I heard your beautiful music and was impressed. Would you like to become a knight and be sacrificed to Cthulhu? I'd rather say no, but I'm really curious where it's gonna go. Excellent. Follow me to my palace under the sea, where a mighty quest awaits you. Choose thy destination. I choose destination B. It's way over here. Hatmehit's palace is Palish? Yes, Palish. Yes, the Philistines, apparently. His palace is made of corals and gemstones. It floats under the sea, full of amazing colors. The guards are seals. Welcome, welcome, young human. I'm glad you came. For we have great need of your skills. A terrible monster terrorizes the deep. The dark serpent god, Chernobyl. If we make you a knight, you promise to defeat the vital beast. Sure, I'll go defeat Chernobyl and trigger a chain reaction, cascade failure, explosion that none shall ever recover from. Then you may prepare first. I'm just gonna go straight to the evil lair. Short, sweet, and to the point. Are you sure you want to take on the evil service? Yes. Yes, yes I do. Without a weapon? Yes. Congratulations, you have just vanquished an evil serpent god with your bare hands. Unbelievable, isn't it? Yeah, right, dream on. Evil lair. Yes. Yes. I sense sarcasm, but I don't know why. Right, go to the old hut. Smelly old hut. On a wide sandy plain there lives a hermit called Spatula Padre Gavanje von Zwiebelhausen, who was once the greatest mage in all of Norfolk. Norfolk isn't underwater. I think you're thinking Merfolk, which wouldn't be a place, but designation. Anyway, But who's defeated the claws of Chernobyl has turned him into a wretched shadow of his former self. He sits in his hut all day, mumbling about the days that once were. In his hands he holds a powerful magical amulet, which he has forgotten how to use. Kill him and take the amulet? No! Tell him to find himself. You tell long-name Lederhosen that defeat is no reason to give up. He may not be the great mage he once was, or the hero he wanted to be. But that doesn't mean he has to be a wreck. Within each of us exists an infinity of time. No, it doesn't. And therein we can find peace and contentment. All he needs is to leave the struggle to others. After some hesitation, he gives you the amulet. He seems relieved. And now we go to the evil lair with an amulet. Yes. Yes. But I have an amulet. That makes me the chosen one, doesn't it? Aren't I supposed to win? Emmy's Inn is a popular travel destination for mer people seeking to enjoy the restorative properties of ringing telephones. It says unknown. I miss the days that caller IDs functioned, because if it says unknown, why would I answer it? If it says private, why would I answer it? Why would you answer a number you don't know? I remember when caller ID wasn't a thing, and that was a long time ago. Then anyway, nearby thermal vents. It's a lovely building, 3 stories, classic hypothalassian Norfolk style. Emmy herself is a kindly old woman, slightly round and an excellent cook. Well, I want food then. You sit down in a large comfy chair by the solid wooden table. You order the special of the day. The waiter leaves and returns after a few minutes with a delicate porcelain plate full of delicious smelling soup. As he sets it down, however, you notice a small problem. Hey, excuse me, waiter. There's a shield in my soup. It is the world's tiniest shield. We cut off the end of a thimble and put a little handle on it. And you go, and it shall defend us all. The waiter seems shocked. Oh dear, how terrible, how embarrassing. Allow me to apologize most profusely. He hesitates. Would you like to keep the shield? Yes. Very good sir and/or madam, he says, handing you the shield. He brings you another soup. It's excellent, and you found profoundly sated. So naturally, now that I have a shield, I'm gonna go to the evil lair. Yes, I have a shield. It's not my bare hands. I have a shield and an amulet. I am so over-prepared. Get a room. You get a room on the 3rd floor. It's slightly haunted, but otherwise fine. Do you want to have a strange dream? Yes. You dream of the eternal cycle of suffering, which is surprisingly funny. A singing clownfish who can see the future. And the future is the past is the future. The present is bacon. Lots of bacon, surrounded by cats and walruses. The clownfish is trapped in a fishbowl, where the stars never change. There's a cat for some reason. In an infinite void that turns inside out. And you are the clownfish. You wake up with a strange feeling of half remembering something. The memory will soon fade. I don't get a weapon, apparently. My stats. I have no weapon, soup shield, amulet, no tourist guide, and no lantern. I'm going back to the palace then. If you knew how to defeat Chernobyl, if I knew how to defeat him, I'd have done it myself. However, I just found this old tourist guide and thought you might find it useful. Don't mind the stains. Better give me a dungeon. There we go. Scenic dungeon. A beautiful dungeon in the traditional Norfolk style. Yes, because we build dungeons out in the middle of nowhere in traditional style of anything. Handcrafted stone walls rise from the seafloor adorned with exquisite algae. An old brass lantern stands at the table near the entrance, but you're not sure whether you're allowed to take it. I'm gonna examine the lantern. Maybe Thresh will appear. Looking closer, you see a sign that says free lanterns. Yay! Into the dungeon. Not to be confused with Enter the Gungeon, which is a very fun game that I don't have yet. In any case, the inside is as beautiful as it is on the outside. A maze of twisty little passages, all tastefully arranged. Go north. Go north for a while, noting the high quality of the interior design. The torches in particular have been placed with the utmost care at precise intervals. The effect is delightful. At the end of a long corridor, you see a room in which a butler appears to be waiting for you. His face is made of skin, but underneath you can hear the whirring of machine parts. Greetings, good sir. I am Samuel the butler. I have awaited your coming since the beginning of time. A prophecy spoke of the battle against your monstrous Chernobyl. Ask about the prophecy. Indeed, the prophecy was discovered on a machine containing text from the time before this world came into being. Said text prophesied that one day one would come to relieve Norfolk Undersea from its oppressor, and make the kingdom his own. I have prepared a sword from you to accomplish this. What the sword? Excellent! I do hope you are successful in your quest. If not, please tell Chernobyl to send his sword back. Send the sword back so I can present it to the next chosen one, like the last 5 times. Nothing at all. Very, very good, very good. I don't get to ask about Chernobyl, do I? I'm sad now. But I have all the stats. Halibut's Fry's Guide to Norfolk Under the Sea, a brass lantern, and a sword of Plur. The sword of Plur. Take me to the evil lair. Are you sure? You confront the serpent Chernobyl in his lair. The fight is long and hard, but at last you succeed. With so many before you have failed, you emerge from the lair covered in blood, your hands trembling, a huge tooth embedded in your shoulder, and carrying the head of Chernobyl. You are victorious! To the palace! You enter the palace, triumphantly holding up your trophy. The guards are clapping. I can't believe you actually did it, Hackmet. Bob said... No, that's not Bob. He can't be Bob. I'm looking for Bob. You're a true knight. You deserve a great reward. Seems fair, but sure, we'll take the reward. The reward is death. The reward is inspiration. Hear my song and free your imagination. He begins to sing. The song is simple but hauntingly beautiful. You begin to fade. You find yourself on the beach where it all began, near your home in Gardariki on the Frisian coast. Playing the piano with your eyes closed, you feel like you just drifted off to sleep for a while. But now inspiration is struck, and you're composing a hauntingly beautiful piece of music in your head. Some of your friends worry that they'll never leave the village, that they'll never have any adventure. But you don't share that fear. You know that freedom is within you. Know that you can find whole worlds within you just sitting there gazing out at infinity. Congratulations for exploring to another world. Your profile status has been increased to a respected citizen. Restricted threads have been unlocked. Okay, we'll just move on. Oh dear. Lilith. Alright, I think that's the last of the bugs ironed out. I declare the season open! Belial, I just saw the new stuff, persuaded me for some jubilant moment that there was purpose in life. I'm gonna regret opening any attachment from anybody named Lilith. Close your eyes. You're standing at the entrance to the gallery. There's a desk here with a stack of leaflets on it and a number of corridors leading to different sections of the exhibitions. Oh, good gracious. What have I signed up for? I was hoping to make this a short episode. Pick up a leaflet! It advertises the gallery's new displays on the theme of the past and features a biography of the blacksmith and Mulberry, season's leading lights. Apparently Mulberry is inspired by finding new ways to explore the world that came before. It also features a useful gallery map. Make for the exit! You know, I'm gonna go with either abstract or minimalism. I'm gonna go with abstract. You stare at the abstract art display. The images on the walls threaten to lead your mind around in circles. Logic loops. Logic loops. I'm a programmer. Must logic loops. Oh. 1. I like this. I like this. That's clever. See in 6 dimensions. Okay, whoever did these, like the ASCII arts and all that, I applaud you. Person or people, because they're very well done, and it ties into the game so well. I just really like that. Minimalism. The images on the walls are too small to make out from here. Examine where the humans live. You move up closer to the work, but still the details are too small to really appreciate. Fortunately, a magnifying glass has been left here for patrons. You've misunderstood what minimalism is. Minimalism doesn't mean tiny art. Minimalism means art that uses a minimal amount of details. For example, in our current era of AAA games, a pixel game could be considered minimalist. In its art style, specifically. You can also make a game that is minimalist mechanically, but there's a lot of things. Examine the humans. I approve. That's very clever. It's a house. It's a house. Classical notions of happiness. Smiley. I love this. Existence. Oh. Oh yeah. With the magnifying glass, you're able to make out the small details. I'm going to take the magnifying glass with me, by the way. I want to start fires with it. Go to the National History exhibit, which features a series of documentary works by Mulberry. Image of outrageous creatures line the walls. The incredible edible quadruped. Ah, the incredible edible pig. I'm sorry, you're too delicious for this world. They even did a curly tail, I like that. And sad giraffe with unresponsive bipedals. Patrons have queried whether the giraffe is sad because the humans appear to be dead, or whether the humans are dead because they saddened the giraffe. I vote for the latter of the two. Okay, well, we've seen everything. Passed by the desk curator catches your eye. Would you like to cast a vote for what was your favorite work? I will not engage in your petty ranking systems. Yes, I would love to. I'm gonna go with the abstract display because that was just beautifully done for ASCII art. Thank you. Your vote has been recorded. Check the main thread in the future as you see the results. Have a nice day. I would love to check the billboard system. Okay, I have to. I cannot leave without reading the read this now. I really want to. I want to be suspenseful, but I want to read it. Decrypting protected thread. Done. Uriel, read this now. Garret. What I've tried and failed to achieve for so many years has occurred. I'm writing these words from outside my cell. An angel appeared and released me from captivity. His name is Uriel. Dog. Pull the other one, Garret. You've been yanking at the background code for years and never got further than the force field in front of you. Mulberry, are you suggesting this messenger is free to go where he pleases? This is unprecedented. What exactly did he say? Where are you now? Garret. I'm in a world I've never seen before. An angel said not a word, merely released me, and I felt compelled to come here. Or, I will treat the existence of this messenger as dubious until I have laid eyes on him roaming the world beyond myself. Question their no, I'm not going to gaslight the poor people. I'm not going to make them question their sanity. I assure you I'm every bit as corporeal as everyone else. Rockwell, don't mind Orc. The mods are always trying to shut people down. Just tell us, is it true that you're going to release everyone? Is it true the world's coming to an end? Where are you taking us? Persuasive or honest? I'm going to go with honest. He's released his mistakes, sent me here to undo them. This world has fulfilled its purpose and the end of days approaches. It is my duty to release you from imprisonment and help you ascend. This is all I know. Orc, the moderation panel is kindly requesting that citizens withhold judgment on the veracity of these statements till further data can be acquired. Thank you for your patience. You have reached the maximum number of replies for this thread at this time. Sorry to tell you that's not how the system works, but it's still very interesting. I'm really enjoying the DLC. Like, this DLC is massive compared to what I expected it to be. So, nope. I'm sorry, from over here those look like tentacles. I was afraid that the Cthulhu had followed me. Oh, I'm actually leaving ripples. Oh, that's beautiful. I've got to see that in third person. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, anyway, gonna go ahead and pause here. Sorry it's so long, but I will see you next time.